Hi guys, my name is Matthew Leishing, co-owner of Made Fit MMA Cape Town. I decided to do videos every second day of boxing tips and boxing workouts that you can do at home. I decided to do these videos because I've been in boxing all my life, and now that I have 21 days of doing nothing, without me teaching boxing on a daily basis is really difficult. So I thought these videos would help me still be active in what I do and help you guys at home. At Made Fit MMA, I train up to 50 people a day, whether it's professional fighters, whether it's people that have never boxed before, or my usual clients that are there for boxing purposes but are using it for fitness. So what I'm going to do today is I'm going to do an introductory boxing class that's going to show you footwork, so the 6 basic punches that you can use if you have a bag at home with a bit of a workout. But today will be mainly be a boxing introduction workout of basic boxing techniques. Okay guys, so now that you've done your 3 minute round skipping, which should be 9 minutes total warm-up, we are going to go into our footwork and our 6 basic punches. Okay, I like to do it with weights. If you have 1 kilogram weights at home, that's perfect, you can use them. The reason why is some beginners feel awkward to do these drills with nothing in their hands. So this helps to get a bit more of a workout, and it helps you to not feel too awkward throwing punches without anything in your hand. If you don't have it at home, it's fine, you can do it without, you can do this exercise without the weights. Okay, so what we're going to do first, you're going to get in your boxing stance. If you're right-handed, your left foot's always forward. You don't want to change stances. I get a lot of videos from people now recently, the home videos saying they're throwing punches and they change to a southpaw, then they throw the jab this way and they change this way. That doesn't work. Maybe when you're really advanced, you can change it up, change your stances, but at the moment, you want to learn something the correct way in your right stance, okay? If you're right-handed, it's always your left foot forward. If you're left-handed, as a southpaw, as we call in boxing terms, a southpaw, it's your right foot forward. Okay, I'm an orthodox boxer. I'm right-handed, so my left foot will go forward. You stand in your stance. Everything when you're punching, you punch from your chin height. Okay, you're going to keep your hands up like this. First thing we're going to do is you're going to use your steps. In boxing, when I go forward, I lead with my front leg. When I go back, I lead with my back leg. When I go side to my left, I lead with my left leg. When I go right, I lead with my right leg. Okay? So you're going to start with the forward step. You don't want to be skipping. So I don't want that habit early of me when I go forward, I skip like this on my legs. When I go back, I skip like that. You don't want to do that. You cannot punch when you're in this position with your feet. If I'm going forward, I need to be here, throw my jab. If I'm going back, I need my back leg first. I'm here, I throw punches. Okay? You always need that balance, but we're going to start slow, just so you understand the movement. Okay, first thing you do, you do a round each. You start your round 3 minutes. You go like this. Hands up, elbows in. You don't want to be like this in boxing. Elbows in, get behind your punches. 1 step forward, jab, bring it back. When you jab, you turn your punch in, turn your hand down. You turn your left foot slightly on your hip. You don't do this. That's wrong. That's not a jab. Alright, you go, 1 step forward, get your chin behind your shoulder, turn your punch down, nice and straight. Jab. And back, jab, side, jab. When you're throwing your right hands by your chin all the time, everything comes back to your chin. Jab, bring it back. Step, jab, bring it back. Alright, you do that for 3 minutes. Once you've done that, you go on to the 1-2. Keep your hands up. Always, with your legs, you don't want your legs too far apart. You don't want your legs too close together. Always keep your legs shoulder width apart, nice distance, okay? You're going to go 1 step forward, next round, you're going to go left, right, bring it back. Make sure you turn that hip on your right hand. I turn that hip, I bring it back. This is where my power comes from. I have to be able to throw that 1. I pull my left hand back, I throw my right hand. I bring it back. I step there, 1, 2, bring it back. It's very important to understand that when you're boxing, I throw this. When I pull back my left hand, it's a pulling movement. So I land my right hand and I bring it back. Make sure you turn your hips. Perfect right hand is when I land it, my back foot is cocked to the heel, to the ball of my toe. I don't do this. That's just to the ball of my toe. You see? I go back. As I land my right hand, I finish like that. All works at the exact same time. You do a whole round of the forward, back and side with a 1-2. Next round, your third round, you'll do the foot 1 step and you're gonna go add the left hook. 1, 2, left hook. Left hook is the most difficult punch to learn, but can be one of the most dangerous punches. When I throw my left hook, I keep my elbow up, parallel to the ground. The back of my hand is facing that way. I don't hook like this, I don't hook like that, I don't hook like this. This is how you hook. Alright, so you go like this. Third round, 1 step forward, 1, pull it back, 2, pull my right hand back, land the left hook, parallel to the ground, to the ball of my toe. Again, on my left hook, I don't do this. That's wrong. Short movements. I step, 1, 2, turn, left hook, I bring it back. I step, 1, 2, pull my right hand back, helps me get power on my left hook. If I just pull my right hand like this and my shoulders stay straight, there's no power on my hook. Watch my shoulders. 1. See my shoulder turn? My shoulders turn again. See that? All in the shoulders and the hips. I bring it back. Keep my elbow up parallel to the ground. Step. 1, 2, hook. Always from the chin. Step. 1, 2, hook. Back. A whole round of that, guys. Then, your fourth round, you're going to throw 2 hooks. Always using my steps. Step. Hook. Hook. Bring it back. Elbows up. Step. Parallel to the ground. Step. Bring it back. I always finish by my chin, guys. That's very important. You don't do this. I don't do this. Typical beginner bad habit. You step. When you throw your left, you forget about your left. You're focusing on your right hand. And beginners do this. They forget about the left hand. Must pull it back to the chin. Very important. If you got a good pull back, you get a good right hand. It's very important that. Okay? You do that. You step. Hook. Hook, guys. Back to the chin. Step. Hook. Hook. Right, that's your 5th round. Then we're going to go to the uppercuts. Okay? Uppercuts, short punch. Remember? From the chin, you turn. Short. 1, 2. If I'm close to my opponent, uppercut's an inside punch. But we'll get to that. But just make sure, keep it nice and tight. I don't want to open my punches like this. As soon as you open, you're not going to land and you lose power. Everything's nice and short. 1, 2. Same thing. You step. 1, 2, bring it back, step. If you have a mirror at home, it would be important to do this in a mirror because then you can see your bad habits, you can see what you're doing, you can see if you're bringing it back to your chin. If you don't have a mirror, just be disciplined in where your hands are going and your feet. And take your time with this. You can do this for the whole hour. This is a very important part of boxing. If you get this wrong, you don't get these basics right, it'll be hard to correct them. So even if you do this for 2 days in a row, before you even hit a bag, sometimes beginners come into my gym, you do this for 3 days, because if you go and you hit a bag and you don't even know how to stand, what's the point? You're never going to learn, you know. So this is very important, guys. So you can repeat this after round after round. So once you've done your uppercuts, we know the 6 basic punches. We know the 6 basic punches are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and you bring it back. So those are your 6 basic punches. Practice this, guys. Make sure your feet are stepping at the right time, because if my feet are off and I'm going backwards, say I'm going backwards on my jab, I do this. How can I jab like that? And I'm going backwards on my jab, my back foot's there, jab. Make sure you're stepping, then punching. You don't want to step and punch yet. That comes with time. You have to start with basics in boxing, and you have to understand the basics before you can move on to anything else. Sometimes people that are more experienced that are watching this video, sometimes it's not a bad thing if you're an experienced boxer or you've been doing this for a long time. It's not a bad thing to go back to it. Step. 1, 2. Get your basics right. Step. Step. 1, 2. It's not a bad thing to work at this pace, you know, just to go back to basics. The beginner guys, once you're starting to get this technique, start picking up the pace. 1, 2, 3, 4. Back. 1, 2, 3, 4. Step. 1, 2. Hook. Step. But don't get too complicated. Just stick to the basics. Do 3-minute rounds of this each, okay? Once you feel like you've got that, you can put your weights down. A nice way to finish off this workout would be with a bit of core work. You can do your abs, your planking, and then maybe you can finish off with 50 to 100 push-ups. I'm not going to go through ab exercises. I'm not going to go through all that because I'm not a personal trainer, I'm a boxing trainer, and my videos are to help you with your boxing technique. But I would advise finishing this routine off with 100 sit-ups and 50 to 100 push-ups. Thank you guys, and if you have any feedback, let me know. Send me your videos of you doing it, I'll correct you. You can follow me on Instagram at Matt Leashing for daily updates, but I'm going to be putting a YouTube video out every second day, and then every day we'll do something different. But yeah, guys, I'd like your feedback, and I hope this video benefited you, and please stay tuned for my next one. Thanks, guys.